Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dami. You all know I study here and I try to share my experience with living in the Philippines. Today I have a very special guest with me. He decided to leave everything in the US to retire here in the Philippines, and I'm going to be asking him why he took that bold decision, the advantage and the disadvantage. So let's meet my guest. Sir, can you briefly introduce yourself?
My name's Craig, and I'm from the U.S., and I retired 5 months ago, and 4 months ago I moved to the Philippines permanently.
Have you traveled down to the Philippines before?
Yes, I have been here twice before. First time was 2010.
Do you have a thing for the Philippines? Because for you to have retired and moved to the Philippines, there must be a reason. Can you share the reason with us?
I mean, there's a variety and close proximity of things to do. You know, beaches, if you want jungle, you want mountains, beautiful waterfalls. It's just a variety of things to see and do.
So you love the Philippines?
Yeah.
So at the time you visit the Philippines, what was your experience with the people that made you fall in love with the country?
It's amazing that, I hate to use the word poor, but a poorer family with two fish and some rice will invite you over to eat. You know, and they're willing to share the small amount of food that they have, just to talk, just get to know you. Everybody is extremely friendly, and that took me a while to get used to, because I get very suspicious of people that are overly friendly. It's like, what do you want? What are you up to? But that's just
the Filipino people.
That's just the Filipino people, yes.
Comparing the US and the Philippines, what are the advantages and disadvantages?
This kind of came up. I was saying some things about my hometown, and my girlfriend said, "Oh, so you miss that?" And I said, "No, I don't miss it. I guess the biggest thing I miss is convenience. Jump in a car and you go here, or walk here, or wherever, and everything's in close proximity. Grocery store, drugstore, whatever kind of business you go in, you go get what you need, you come out. That's not exactly how it works here. You have to have patience, which, because of my experience, I was used to it. And it's just, you have to have more of a laid-back attitude and just kind of go, okay, whatever. And so the advantages, though, and the main advantage for me in the Philippines was cost of living.
Okay.
Like I was telling you earlier, a foreigner once said, I can stay in the U.S. and exist, or I can go to the Philippines and live, have a life. So
it's more difficult in the U.S.
Yeah, I mean, the cost of things, the rent and whatever, when you're retired, if you're living on a smaller pension, it's hard to have a life.
So we were having a conversation the other time. You told me you married a Filipino few years back. Mm-hmm. So after having the breakup, what made you still have the mind to retire in the Philippines?
Well, she didn't. I mean, because of the marriage resulted in divorce, didn't change my mind about how I felt about the Philippines. So it was still 10 years ago. I think when I retire, I'll retire to the Philippines. And it was, cost of living. If if it wasn't the Philippines, maybe it would be somewhere like Malaysia or Vietnam. The disadvantage of Vietnam, of course, is the language
Which,
barrier.
yeah, language barrier.
But just a place that had a lower cost of living.
What advice would you give to a person who is planning to take this bold step that you took?
Well, the first thing I would say, if you've never been here, come here. Spend a month. It's a whole lot different than being here for a month as a tourist on vacation. It's a lot different once you live here. But the main thing would be come here, experience it, and see if it's what you like. It's not for everybody.
Do you think planning your income, your life in general is very essential before a person should retire here in the Philippines?
Definitely. The logistics for me took, when I decided to retire, the logistics and the planning took basically a year and a half to get all, as the saying goes, get all my ducks in a row. Planning on what am I going to do with all my stuff. Taking care of my financial things in the Philippines and just everything in general. Watch videos on YouTube of other expats and give you ideas on what to do, how to plan, and so on.
So at this point of staying 4 months here, do you think this was the best decision you took?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. I mean, I'll go back. I have, family in the U.S. I'll go back and visit. I cannot see myself ever living in the U.S. again.
But you can visit, not live in the U.S.
Yeah, I'll visit, but and when I say this, my girlfriend gets all upset, but I'm planning on dying in the Philippines.
Okay, she wants you to move back to the U.S. with her, or what? You're planning to die here in the Philippines, meaning you want to live forever in the Philippines.
Right.
And
right.
she's not cool with that.
Well, it's the way I put it. My wording is not good. But yeah, I mean, I'll definitely go back to the U.S. to visit. I have family and friends there, but.
So what are the habits that has changed about you since you moved here 4 months ago?
For some expats, the Philippines can be extremely stressful because they don't know how to deal with. I mean, they must have had a stressful life in the U.S. But for me, I'm more laid back, more forgiving, and just
living your life.
Stress. I mean, there's so many cliches in the expat community of certain things here, like "sorry, sir, out of stock," and that's a familiar one. And when it happens, I just go, okay, whatever. I don't get upset. A lot of expats do get upset, but.
So what are your favorite Filipino food right now?
I don't know.
You don't eat Filipino food?
I mean, oh yeah, I eat
Sinigang,
yeah,
adobo,
pork adobo, chicken adobo, sisig. I mean, I probably eat too much rice.
No, because in the Philippines, rice is like life.
I know. 3 times a day.
Wow. You eat morning, afternoon, evening, no more bread, often right now.
Yeah.
So what do you have to say to the people of the Philippines living in their country as we close this interview?
I mean, they're wonderful people. Having a bad experience with someone is very rare. And I guess if you do have that, just think of they're having a bad day. You've had bad days in your life.
Yeah.
It's rare though. So, yeah.
So thank you for speaking to me, and I hope you continue to enjoy your stay in the Philippines. Just as you said that Philippines is your final destination.
Yes.
So guys, I'll catch you. I hope you guys have learned one or two things. Maybe an expert, you're trying to move to the Philippines. You've learned from what he has said, like you need to prepare financially. Things will not be the same as the US, of course. So you need to get ready for a change of mind. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.
Bye.